Welcome indeed to this rare episode of the podcast called The Cafe. I don't know why my introductions are always cringy and weird, but I'm just gonna move past it. I'm not gonna try again. This is the 4th episode, I think. I'm not sure. So, because I'm not sure, I'm just gonna skip that part where I mentioned this is episode yada yada, and I'm just gonna say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for clicking on the link, or if you listen on Spotify or from wherever, thank you for listening. And I'm surprised you stuck around because this is the 2nd upload of the year. Yo. Anyway, I'm gonna go through a book that I've once went through and deleted from the collection called See Me by Nicholas Sparks. Obviously, that is one of my favorite authors. He's in the top 2. I'm not gonna mention who else is in the top 2, but Nicholas Sparks is definitely in the top 2 of my favorite authors. Why? Because I love romance and I like imagining things happening out of love. So Nicholas Sparks delivers like all the time, whether a tragedy, whether a happily ever after. He really does deliver to my soul, so to say. So the book called See Me is one of the few that I have in my collection from this author, and this specific one actually does have a happy ending, and it's about 2 characters, Maria and Colin, who meet at a very weird time in their lives. Both of them going through a path of self-discovery, so to say, because Colin suffers from ADHD and his past is full of violence, in and out of jail times, anger and the likes, and Maria has a past, like a clean past, besides her career, where she has a lot of clients that are somewhat unhappy with her for losing a case, and there's this specific one that's actually haunting her since years back. So this Colin character is now studying to get his teaching degree, avoiding people, avoiding crowds, avoiding places, and avoiding conflicts, because he knows his anger is easily manipulated by his surroundings. So he keeps to himself, walks away from any kind of conflict, any kind of disagreement. And Maria is the kind of person that approaches and tries to resolve conflict. If someone doesn't understand what she's saying, or someone misunderstood what she was trying to say, she tries to clarify, while Colin, on the other hand, just would rather not be there and just let you think whatever you want to think of him. So that's the difference between these 2 characters. Now there's an exam that I really want to put out there. It's in the middle of a conversation where the relationship is developing, and Maria brings up the fact that she can easily imagine Colin going an entire day without saying anything to anyone. And his reply is that sometimes he does. And when she tells him that that's not normal, he simply says okay. And you'll see this throughout the book, that he keeps saying okay whenever someone contradicts what he thinks or truly believes in. He does not try to correct them. He simply says, okay, whatever you believe, that's alright. So since Maria is not this type of person, she works around that. She encourages him to elaborate, to add more details to why, he's saying okay. Because when he says okay, that means let's agree to disagree. That's his way of saying let's agree to disagree. So Maria has found a way to walk around it without offending him, or without making him feel cornered, or without pushing him to feel annoyed or the likes. And that's one of the things that I've noticed with this couple, the way Nicholas Sparks developed it, it's how gentle they are towards one another, because Maria is very irritable. She's highly irritable, and so is Colin. But they both kind of know this, so they know how to talk to one another in a way that won't trigger the other. Okay, after she asks him to elaborate on why he disagrees to agree, this is what he goes on to say. Open quote, "I don't know what normal really means. I think everyone has his own definition, and it's shaped by culture, by family, friends, by character and experience, by events, and 1,000 other things. What's normal for one person isn't normal for another. For some people, jumping out of airplanes is crazy. For other people, life isn't worth living without it." And that's the message that I want to put out there today. We should understand that our normals are not going to be other people's normals. We should not impose our normals on other people's lives. Let's not try to make people be like us. What makes life beautiful is the fact that giant brain that's synchronized to operate a certain way. Everyone has free will, everyone has multiple choices to make a day, whether it's getting out of bed or staying in bed, whether it's drinking water or coffee. We all have a million choices every second of every day, and that's what makes us beautiful. That's what makes us real. In a way, I'm thankful that in the beginning of time, Eve did have the fruit of wisdom, because if not, I think we would be synchronized, would be moving like robots, like puppets, nobody having any kind of mind of their own, not being able to differentiate between bad and good, just living a plain robotic life, wake up, go to bed, wake up, go to bed. I'm kind of thankful for that little sin, because it makes us beautiful. Now the universe has multicolors because of that. We have different stars because of that. We have 1,000 suns, 1,000 million moons because of that. And it's a beautiful thing. So whenever you encounter someone that is close to you or not close to you, it doesn't matter. If you feel like their normal is weird for you, just observe it and enjoy its existence without trying to change it. Now, if we go a little deeper into this, we find ourselves in a little bit of a tricky or sticky situation. I should not have said that. We find ourselves in a tricky place where we argue that, what about homophobia? What about xenophobia? What about racist people, But again, it can be argued that is not normal. If you correct someone who is showing hate to another person, you are not imposing your normal on them. You are simply showing them that as humanity, this is a collective decision that we can take as to keep humanity in existence. Because if we would let murderers and thieves get away with the things that they do, then humanity would have long extinct. So for the survival of humanity, we can collectively agree as human beings that certain things should not be normal, certain things should not be acceptable. So murder is not a norm that will be accepted. Racism is not a norm that will be accepted. Xenophobia is not a norm that will be accepted. Homophobia is not a norm that will be accepted. Lying is not a norm that will be accepted. Cheating is not a norm that will be accepted. None of these things will be accepted because they are harmful to humanity. But as for who prefers soda and who prefers water, that is a norm that we should enjoy as human beings, that we are different in that matter. We should enjoy the fact that we have different religions, we have different beliefs, we have different modes of transport. We make our own decisions and we make our own routines, and it makes us who we are. We blend in together because of this. Imagine everybody woke up and decided to take a train to work. There would be no trains for all of us. Some of us wouldn't be able to go to work. So we are a puzzle. Humanity is a puzzle that fits together because of their differences. There should be bad people and there should be good people, because without bad people, there would be no good people. Everyone would just be plain boring. So that's the message that I wanted to get out there from this book. What's normal for one person isn't normal for another. So let's not impose ourselves on other people. It's found in the lost art of letter writing. Don't expect it back. Accept whatever love they show to you. Say maybe their love languages. I don't know. Cooking maybe buying gifts or spending time, or physical touch. Accept it the way it is. That goes on to our family as well. If you are used to your own love language towards your family, you wake up and you tell each one of them that I love you, and they don't say it back, and you feel like they don't reciprocate. It's not that. Some people show their love language in a different way, maybe in actions. Maybe your parents drive you to work or they drive you to school every day. That's their way of showing that they love you. Maybe they make you lunch or something like that. Don't impose yourself on other people. Don't be biased. I don't know what they call this type of bias, but it's a bias where you expect what you do for people from them. You expect them to do exactly what you do for them. And it doesn't work like that, because what's normal for them is not normal for you, and what's normal for you isn't normal for them, which makes us perfect in our own perfect little ways. So from me, Murthy Kayla, I say go out there and shine as bright as you can in people's faces, and if they don't shine back, fuck them. Until next time, ciao.